Hey everybody, it's Hannah from the Doodlebug in Jasper, and it's time for our Get Inspired Monday. So I hope you're ready for your workout because we are heading to the gym today. What I'm going to show you today are the new Ranger mixed media powders. So they are an embossing powder, but they have great chunk mixed into them. And I know we did a blog post not too long ago about them, and you know, we've got them in the store, but whenever you see them in the container, it just does not do them justice at all. So I have worked on doing some samples for you back here, and then I'm going to show you one as it melts as well. So each one of these, I'm going to open one up here. So you can see like kind of the regular embossing powder in there, but then there's also great little chunky pieces. And as you melt that, those little chunky pieces kind of burst. So we'll kind of go through these real quick. This one here is called Bone, and here's what it looks like. It has great little bronze pieces in it. This next one is Punch. It's a real pretty pink color. It's got good silver that kind of bursts in there. This red one, it's one of my favorite ones. It's called Scarlet, so you can kind of see what it looks like, and then check this one out. Now, these first three I did on chipboard, okay? For my demo today, I'm not gonna do it on chipboard, only because it took a lot longer for it to heat through the bottom of the chipboard to start to melt. I'm gonna show you that technique, but you can definitely do this on chipboard. The next color we have here is called Lilac. Kind of see that? And there's Lilac once it's melted. C is the blue color. Okay, it's chunkiness. Again, right there. Next one is Fire, so that's our orange one. You can see lots of chunk in Fire, and check that one out. Really pretty golds that come out in that one. The green one is called Lime. There's its little sample done. And you can always build up too. So like I was a little bit less here, I could always go back, put more embossing ink on there, and then more embossing powder and emboss it again. So the one that I'm going to be showing you today is called Hammered. So we'll see what that one's going to look like together. So I've got my little star already cut. You can use your embossing pad and scrunch it on there. I don't like to get my fingers on the embossing pad. Sometimes I still have powder on my fingers and that gets on my embossing pad, so I don't like that. So I'm actually using an embossing dauber. We have, this is an older one that we've had for a while from Stampendous. I know we've got some over there from Ranger, but I think this is just really nice too if you've got a really big stamp or an area that you want to cover. It's a little bit easier, I think, than the pad sometimes. So it's like a bingo dauber. So I'm just going to daub it on real quick like so. That should be pretty good. Then I'm gonna put on my embossing powder. Now you could just dump this in, but especially with this being a little chunkier, I do like to sprinkle it with these little scoops. And actually I just like to sprinkle my embossing powder anyway. I don't get as much everywhere. This one here has two different tips, so I can do the little scoop or the spoon. I've seen people use plastic spoons. I can never get the plastic spoons. They get kind of staticky. All right, so I've got that. Pick it up, give it a little shake here. Kind of move some of that off. All right, so I've still got quite a bit of depth on there. I'm gonna move that to the side. I'm gonna pull out my tweezers, because the last thing we want to do is melt our fingers. I've tried to hold it and think, oh, I'm tough, I can handle it. Nope, I can't. All right, so with this, because it is chunkier, we are actually going to heat from the bottom. So it's going to get a little loud here. So I'm going to turn my embossing gun on. Okay. And then we're just going to let it sit there. You can kind of move it around a little bit to sort of distribute the heat. But because it is a chunkier embossing powder, if I just put my heat gun on top, everything's gonna splatter everywhere. At least the chunk will. Oh, Rachel, come in. It's already starting to go. Look at that. This hammered one is really pretty. It was kind of dark, so I didn't know what it was gonna do. Now, after I get it going a little bit, then I am gonna come from the top and melt it so it's nice and smooth. A little bit over here yet. Okay, so now I'm gonna set it down on my mat. I'm gonna go from the top. Look at that change. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think this one's my favorite. That one is so pretty, and you can even kind of see how it does look hammered. Look at that, how just like, as it kind of bursts and stuff. Now for my little edges here that need a little bit more, what I would do is just go back, dab those, because you can add more embossing powder. You can layer your embossing powder. I could do a whole nother color if I wanted to, even on the ends. Sprinkle a little bit more on there, tap it off. Oops, wrong way. Okay, and see how those are covered now? And then I would just reheat that. And then that would be it. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed your Get Inspired Monday. I know the past 2 times I've done a little bit embossing. I'm kind of, excited about heat embossing again. I always tell everybody it depends on what's on my work table. And obviously right now my embossing powders are out and my heat gun is out because I've been using it on everything. So these are the new Ranger mixed media powders. Here at the Doodlebug, we have them in 3, 6, 7, 8 different colors for you. And then like I said, I used a little dauber this time for embossing, and then get rid of your plastic spoons because it's not going to work the same as what these little scoops are. And I also use this for glitter as well too. So I love this. Just keep it in my little tool caddy. Great for embossing powders, great for glitters, and it is by Nuvo. Okay, all right, well, I will see you next time for our Get Inspired Monday. But until then, I'm Hannah at the Doodlebug in Jasper. You can give us a call at 812-482-4949 or look us up online at www.thedoodlebuginc.com. See you later, guys. Thanks. Bye.